Hello, everybody, and welcome to a very special Halloween themed episode of the Animation Revaluation podcast. I am your host, Lizer, and with me, as always, is Jay. What's up, Jay?
We
And usually I introduce this one as a special guest, but I feel like now is a great time to, for the first time, introduce him as a co-host, because he might as well be at this point. James, what's up, James?
Wow, I'm a co-host now.
Yeah,
Oh
I
my
got your picture
God,
up and everything, man.
Oh, thank you. I'm James. Hi,
I'm not
happy
paying you.
Halloween. My pronouns are he, him.
Oh my god, no. But we do have a special guest. What's up, Jess?
Hi, Jessica.
How you doing?
Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween. How'd everyone's week go since the, well, I guess 2 weeks since the last podcast?
It's been very busy.
Very, very busy, especially trying to plan a vacation, getting ready for a wedding. It's just, oh my God,
Oh
just
man,
like
you're
a
getting
lot of.
married? Congratulations.
Yeah.
Man, crazy.
We're going to a cousin's wedding up in
You're marrying your
what was it?
cousin? Oh god.
Wait.
I'm gonna have to rethink this co-host thing.
Distant cousin.
Oh, okay, that's fine then. Yeah, we gotta go visit Alabama.
Country road.
Oh no. I like this.
Not this way.
It's like this is my first and last day of co-host.
That sounds cool though. It's cool to see that, you know, life hasn't stopped on the earth because of everything happening. People are still getting married, falling in love, and making sweet, nasty sex stuff. I'm sorry. I immediately went there. I'm sorry.
Wait.
I'm sorry.
I'm like, don't like you can keep going. Don't stop.
That's what she said.
Oh
I'm
my
sorry,
god.
Jess. I'm so sorry.
You're good. You're good.
This is like the first time I've spoken with you like prolonged like this, and it's immediately just sex jokes. Damn it.
First the kids, now just
Wait, don't take that out of context. No, first kid.
That can be yeah.
Hold on.
Oh.
How about you, Jay? How was your 2 weeks?
Pretty good. I got to spend the whole day with my best friend last Friday. So
Wait, I haven't seen you.
that was
I think I was busy last Friday, so
not this last Friday, the other. You did see me this week. Don't say hey lie.
It was supposed to be a joke on the best friend thing.
It's sweep that one under the carpet.
you have carpet?
I actually have something funny to tell you about that, but I'll wait till after stream.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was good to see everyone had a good time. Me personally, I been chilling. You know, I streamed and stuff. Got some downtime finally. You know, my work week is pretty crazy usually, so I was able to like finish some games. That was a lot of fun.
Nice.
Yeah.
You ever get around to like cleaning?
Yes, actually.
I'm impressed.
It's like what 3 p.m. my time right now, and I've already cleaned my apartment and cooked dinner.
Oh wow.
Yeah, because my
Look at him
family's not home.
go.
So, like,
Nice.
no one's
Oh,
gonna
so
help
that
me.
means you just have less people in your way.
Exactly. Like I installed a new
Ah.
like shower piece, and like did all this stuff that like I could usually never get done because everyone's in my way.
Nice.
What'd you make for dinner?
Spaghetti and meatballs with cheese inside the meatballs.
Nice.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Mozzarella
Alright, I'm coming
cheese.
over for dinner.
Give
I
me
was
like
gonna
3
say
hours,
you don't
and
know
I
where
think
I
I
live,
might
but
be
I keep
there.
forgetting you do.
Yeah,
Damn
that's
it.
the funny part.
He
Yeah.
he literally has like a box with my address on it. He's gonna dox me on stream.
I can't do that. I'm not. I wouldn't. I'm not legally allowed to do that.
man. So yeah, let's get into it. We already wasted like 6 minutes. Let's get
That's
into
fine.
it.
That's fine.
We all watched a little something called Another,
Yes.
and like Jay had seen it, Jess had seen it, I had seen it, but James, you never saw it, right?
Actually, me and Jess have never seen it,
Yes,
but
this is our first
it was
time
our first
watching
time
it.
seeing it. But
Oh.
I knew about it for a long time. But since horror anime isn't like my really cup of tea, I just kind of avoided it.
Wait, you don't like horror anime?
He
Sounds like a
does
bitch in
not.
here.
So I am the one that likes all the horror stuff, scary stuff, anything like that is all me.
Uh-huh.
He is more of the action, comedy, rom-com kind of guy. So that's why I was like so excited to see this because this is actually on my list. So
Oh.
that's how I was like, let's do it.
Wow, I'm actually surprised to hear that, James. I thought for sure you'd like be into horror stuff, like Onichichi or Boku no Pico or something.
I actually haven't seen
I
either
don't
of those.
Think those jokes are old
I'm a good boy.
You think my jokes are old yet? I think I do that at least once an episode. At
It's
least.
insane.
Put a counter up.
Yeah. It's just the Odichichi counter.
I don't know what Onichichi is.
Oh,
Right.
Well, Onis are like devils, right? They're like,
Yeah.
yeah. So, Chi-Chi from Dragon Ball as a devil. There you
That
go.
sounds it.
Yeah, sounds about
There
right.
you go.
So
Well,
anyway,
I think of it more like as like demon boobs because in Spanish it's like chichi, demon. So demon boobs. But I mean, I don't know.
Booba. You know, you guys into Pokemon?
yes.
Yeah.
You know Magmar?
Yes.
Yeah.
You know in Japan
Hit
it's called Booba?
What was it?
He's like,
Wait,
It's
you're
called
shitting
Booba.
me, right?
Look it up right now.
No
Look
way.
it up right now. It's called Booba, and I think like the one before it is called like Booby or something.
Booba.
Hold on, I can explain this. So it's called the Boober. That's so funny. Wait, and then okay, yeah. So Magby's named Booby. Then fucking Magmar is Boober. Wait, so what's Magmortar? Shit, Booburn.
Boober.
I Japan.
You got a titty rash. You got a boo burn. Anyway,
Boobar,
the
booba.
actual anime that we were supposed to watch. So, as I said to you guys before we started, I literally just finished it right now. Like before we got into call, like maybe 10 minutes beforehand, I literally finished episode 12. So did everyone watch the whole season?
yes.
We also finished it today, last minute as well.
Hmm. Jay?
I have the ending in my head. It's actually
I've
it's one of my
seen it
favorite
6
parts.
times, so-
I've seen this is my 7th time watching this. So
7th time?
yeah, I come back to watch this in my spare time whenever that happens.
I thought
Or
you
if
were a
I'm
good
just on the
kid,
train.
man, while you're doing
Huh?
this.
No, this thing's great, bro. This anime is great. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm a child of God.
I'm a child of God, okay. Well, anyway, this anime is about a young man named Koichi, who is right here. He is your run-of-the-mill, like, Japanese high school student, or not even high school, they're like in middle school, right?
Middle school. Yeah,
Middle
They're
junior high
middle school.
Yeah, because for some reason in Japan, middle school is up to 9th grade.
Weird.
Yeah, it's whatever.
I have
So apparently
cultural differences.
he moves back to, like, the neighborhood his mom grew up in, which is like a rural area, like small town type thing. And he doesn't know anybody out there. He's been raised with his father and mother in, I think, Tokyo, they said.
Yes, it was in Tokyo.
Okay, yeah. And his mother passed away, so they moved back to stay with her parents, who were, like, elderly and everything. We don't get much interaction with the grandparents, to be honest, in the series. They're just kind of there. I think they say maybe, like, 5 lines tops.
Oh.
Give or take, yeah.
But,
Give or take.
again, I don't have a script, so I'm trying to go off the top of my head. Koichi has like a heart condition.
I
He-
believe it
so-
was a lung.
Yeah,
Oh,
he had a
deflated
collapsed lung.
Yeah,
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 He has a medical condition.
yeah,
yeah.
and he's
Is
in the
what I
hospital.
understood. Yeah.
And like some students come to visit him, and one of them was definitely this girl here, Izumi. Boom, there she is, Twin Tails.
She was the class rep, right?
Not yet.
Oh.
Was the class rep there though? Do you remember, Jess?
I believe she was, and it was her, and then some other guy.
Yeah.
It was her, the kid with the glasses, the very thin glasses, the black one. It was like
It was a
it was
black
a boy.
one?
Yeah,
Yeah.
there was a boy
It-
with
It was
black
two
glasses.
girls and one guy. Oh,
It was
Oh,
a
the
black
black
guy?
guy?
Not a
There was
black guy.
oh, with black hair.
Oh.
Yeah, he had like black hair and the black glasses.
I was like, they're watching the right anime.
I was like, I missed a whole black guy in an anime?
I was like,
Those
of
You know, it'd
course
be
stand
great.
out.
they killed the black
That would have
guy.
been funny if they
So-
just slipped in a black kid in that.
just to
scene.
kill him. Oh god.
It would follow the
um,
laws of horror movies.
Yeah.
I'm
So-
not like this.
So this is the class rep here, Yukari. And then the dude with the glasses, I don't have a picture of him because I just found him to be rather unimportant.
Yeah, he wasn't that important.
But they come to visit him in the hospital, and it's kind of a weird visit. They kind of like, they're very stiff about everything. I don't even remember exactly what they said to him, but it's just, I don't know, it felt like militaristic. Like
It
just,
was very short
yeah.
to the point and very awkward. If
Yeah.
I was Koichi,
Definitely.
It was
But-
like small town rules, wasn't it? Like it was like it's a small town, so there's pretty much I don't know. That's what I kind of got the vibe from.
Mhm. The rules were like, don't eat after midnight because you'll turn into a gremlin. Like that kind of stuff.
Definitely.
What are they like? Furbies?
Have you
Furbies?
seen Gremlins?
Gremlins?
You've
I
never
saw
seen
one.
Gremlins?
I think so.
Man.
Is that the one with like what was his name? Bimo? Not Bimo, like Gmo? Gizmo?
Gizmo?
He said
Gizmo?
Bimo.
Man.
I love those movies.
It was like something cute. Anyways.
Yeah, anyway. So they like come and go or whatever, and he's still in the hospital. He's pretty much gotten the clear, and we get to meet the best character in the series right here. Sane. She's my
Oh.
fucking wife. She's so sweet. I love her. And nothing bad happens to her. Don't laugh at that.
I'm sorry.
But to move on, there's like not much happens. He's in the hospital. He's gonna be discharged like the next day. So that night he's just like, I don't know why he decides to walk around. I can't remember, but he meets a girl in the hall, and she has like black hair and an eye patch on, and she's like very fucking creepy, and I hated everything about her when I first saw her. And he tries to get her attention. She just keeps walking, kind of ignoring him, and she says something like really cryptic. I can't remember what it was. Do you guys remember?
I don't remember.
When they were in the elevator, right?
Mm-hmm.
I actually don't remember, but like she was actually my favorite character out of all of them. Everybody else was just like, okay.
She was holding the doll, but he was asking her questions like the entire time.
Yeah. He also
Well,
stepped
I
into
know
the
it was like in
elevator
the
and didn't
beginning
realize
was
she
like
was there.
awkward questions. I think kind of like like what are you doing here and whatever. And she was just kind of like it's like do you really want me to answer that or like or like some like I don't know.
She gave the sense that she was like a ghost because at first he couldn't see her when he stepped into the elevator. She just kind of appeared.
I'm just
You
like,
get a
oh,
lot
so
of that throughout the series.
Yeah.
Like you feel like she's just there
Yeah, exactly.
as a ghost.
But he's just kind of left, wondering about her as she leaves. But The next day comes and goes. He's able to leave. Fast forward, we get, the first time he gets to go to school, he meets everybody. So I've already shown Izumi. I've already shown Mei. She's a classmate of his as well. We have the. Oh, I also showed the class rep, Yukari. Another one I want to introduce is Yumi, who, for the 99% of the show, she's just kind of like a background character. She's just someone who's there.
Pretty much.
And then Takako, right here, who is Izumi's yes man, basically. She's always by her side and just has resting bitch face, and I hated her. And we have Mr. Kubodera, who is their homeroom teacher. I could not find a better picture than this. That was good quality.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. And then their other teacher, Miss Mikami.
Wasn't she the assistant teacher or something, the assistant?
That's what they said at first, but then towards the end of the series, they're we have two homeroom teachers.
Teacher.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never saw when the transition happened. I guess it's kind of obvious when it happened. But we'll get to that. But everything's pretty much normal. They're doing classwork, just normal students, and Koichi realizes that no one is talking to Mei, to Eye Patch Girl Mei. She just stays at her desk. She randomly leaves classes at times in the middle of lessons or tests and stuff. Her desk is absolutely ruined with writing and carving, and no one pays her any mind. They treat her as if she's not there. So
yeah, it looked like she was getting bullied. At least I got that kind of sense in the beginning.
Yeah.
And then it took it a step further, kind of they just completely ignored her.
Yeah. So being that at first he didn't see her in the elevator, and she would randomly pop up and then disappear and stuff like that, it felt like the show was trying to make us believe that only he could see her, that maybe she was a spirit. But as time goes on, you learn that she actually is just being ignored. And so, to put it simply, there is basically a curse on the students of class 3-3, where one of the students is some kind of spirit thing that created an entire person and history and memories, to the point that even the student doesn't know that they're not real. And it causes once a month someone's gonna die, whether it be a student or someone connected to them, a relative, be it a mother, father, brother, sister, aunts, uncles, that kind of thing. I think they said there's a limit, it has to be first generation apart, something like that.
It would be, I believe it's that, and they have to live in the city at the time.
Yes.
So I think the way they explained it, I don't know if it's they said first and second, but as far as they said, it was just it was pretty much the siblings and the parents, and as far as the grandparents as well, as far as it extended to, and those and those kind of in between, I believe. That's how it goes from as siblings to grandparents.
Okay. Which is pretty fucked.
I'd have to agree. I'd hate to be a middle schooler, and have to go through
being a middle
this.
schooler anyway. But yeah.
Fair. I didn't. I enjoyed being a middle schooler.
Nah, I had a big head. I was bullied.
I was the bridge between the nerds and the athletic kids.
Same.
Because I was both.
I was a nobody, so nothing happened to me.
Oh.
Don't worry, James. In my eyes, you're still a nobody. It's alright.
Oh. Oh. Fuck.
So yeah, he starts off thinking that, he can only see her, no one else can, and as time goes on, he tries to continuously interact with her, and people start dropping hints, don't interact with things that don't exist and stuff like that. And eventually someone just straight up tells him, like, okay, listen, this is the deal. And they tell him about the curse on the class and everything. I believe someone attempted to tell him, like, not to talk about her, but as soon as he said her name, he had, like, a heart attack.
Oh yeah, the kid that was sitting with him during gym class.
Yeah,
I believe.
because he had, like,
Yeah,
heart
so,
issues.
like,
He had, like, a heart murmur or something.
yeah,
Yeah.
they wanted to tell him, and then as soon as they like said something, like he had his heart attack, and then I believe he's the one that died that month.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like,
He was the chosen one.
he was the chosen one. So it's literally like Koichi's like, is Mei Masaki real? And the kid goes, Mei Masaki.
That's literally how it happened. I was just like,
it
oh.
just crumbles, and I was like, oh, okay.
I was like, okay.
That wasn't the first death though, right?
No.
No.
Okay, so first death
No.
was Yukari, right?
So sad.
It was Umbrella Girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you know how your
She's-
parents
she's the
always
one
told
that
you
started
don't run
off.
with scissors?
Try a whole
Shoot.
umbrella.
She was the first one everybody noticed. That was the first one.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
there was another one before her, or it was like, I think that
think
happened in like July, but there was one that happened in like April or June.
Yeah, so I believe it started in April, but everybody thought it started in May. So there was some confusion of when the oh wait, yeah, we talked about that, right? The extra person with the curse.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I believe that's why everybody was confused, because it did originally start in April,
Mm.
but I believe that's the one that everybody like first noticed was the class rep.
Yeah, so that's the first like on-screen one we see. So to have a little description of that, we've already gotten to the point where Koichi is speaking to Mei against everyone's wishes. Everyone's worried about that because the concept is supposed to be if you ignore the person, then it's like they don't exist, so they're not technically on the roster. There's no extra person, so we won't get cursed. But with him acknowledging her, they're thinking that that's aggravating the curse and it's gonna make it happen. So she gets the call that her mother died apparently. So she's in a frenzy, this Yukari girl, and she grabs her umbrella because it was raining, and she starts booking it down the hall. And she sees Koichi talking to Mei, so she just 180s. She's like, nope, fuck that, I'm not doing this. Goes the other way to hit the other stairs, and her foot just kind of like hits the edge of the step a little bit and then slides down, pushing her off balance. She drops her umbrella, it opens up. Her umbrella had like a point on it. I don't know why they would have designed an umbrella like that.
Yeah.
And she lands on it and it goes like through her throat and she bleeds out
On the steps.
on the steps. There you go.
I was like,
It's a beautiful
But
Okay.
at least all the blood's on the umbrella.
Yeah, at least the
Not
umbrella
on
caught
the-
the blood. Like it'll be an easy cleanup.
nah, there's some on the floor.
I mean, it caught most
Yeah.
of it though.
Come
Most
on.
of it. How do you?
Most
But then if you move her, it's just like it's still gonna get everywhere.
Just burn the body, right there. Don't they do cremations in Japan all the time anyway? They don't do burials. It's fine.
Not on like
That
That's
was
fine.
public.
like one of the first things I noticed. Like everyone's umbrellas are like metal and pointy. I'm like,
Shit, yeah.
that's like crazy. I was like, I've never seen umbrellas like that. Everyone's I've noticed either like plastic and it's kind of like rounded or not even have a big enough point to do that.
Bro, I'm telling you, it's because Japan is so clean that if they see garbage, they just like poke it with the umbrella and pick it up.
Oh, that makes sense.
That makes sense.
Makes perfect sense.
See?
That makes-
Yeah.
Clean civilization.
I'm making 100 calculations in my head and they're all wrong. So that was the first on-screen death that we got. And from there, it's pretty much just fuckery. Like every couple of episodes, it's what, like every 2 episodes we have a death?
Yeah,
It was almost
basically.
like every episode in a sense.
I think it's usually like one episode setting it up, and then the next episode is like where it happens.
But even like at some point, it gets to the point where the police get involved with one of them. You're just like, yeah, we found out that you were on the phone with this person, like when, like they died.
No, because
We're just
nothing
like-
ever happened to her.
I never said who it was.
Nothing happened to her.
Are we not gonna talk about that one?
I don't want
He
to.
doesn't want to.
Oh, that's the one.
He doesn't want to.
Was there like I don't know if it was like part of the curse because
She's
I
just
know
party
they.
rocking, dude. Look at her. She's fine.
Oh Jesus!
She's still there.
Look at that. Lean with it. Rock with it. Lean with it. Rock with it. She dropped her phone, bro.
Nice.
She's vibing. She's perfectly fine. And
You know-
she's not in danger at all, especially not because she has a brother in that class.
It made me think
And-
that part. Like I don't know if they made an episode of MythBusters about it. Like before the elevator. Like if it's like if that thing was happening like that, if you like
Gotta
jump
jump.
before, like if you jump before, does that like help you or no?
Well, that's literally what I said while we were watching it. But
Yeah,
the
he's
issue
like-
is like, yeah, that probably could save your life. You'll probably still get injured. But the drop isn't what killed her. What killed her was the top part of the
shaft
elevator
itself.
crashed down on top of her and crushed her.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even notice that. It just looked like she just fucking like ate
So
shit.
the car itself fell first. She hit the bottom, and then the shaft fell on her.
Yeah, that's the
We-
wrong
we
kind of
both
shaft I
didn't
wanted on her.
notice that.
Yeah.
It kind of happened like
So fast.
so
'Cause-
fast.
Because they go back to that scene, and it's just like the entirety of the elevator shaft just collapsed in on itself.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
You're
kind
just
of
like,
ass.
oh.
I hated it.
Yeah, well, I don't really like elevators, so that like traumatized me a little bit.
Let me see. As far as everything else goes, let me see. Even though all of this is happening, Koichi's still trying to learn more about Mei, and they're still very much pushing that she's like toxic. Like, just don't do it. He's like, well, fuck you guys. I know like 4 people have died already, but you know.
But she's pretty cool.
Bro, she's Pogger. She has an eye patch. She's a pirate.
She's Poggies. Now that's epic.
Now that's epic. So one day he decides he's going to take up stalking, and he follows her home. And she doesn't necessarily go home in the traditional sense that we would think. She instead goes into like this doll museum, and inside he meets old lady Amane, who I could not get a good picture of, but this is pretty much
It's
the
good
only way we
enough.
see her.
Good enough.
I mean, they don't.
You don't see too much of her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is like the only shots you really get.
Literally, yeah, they just reuse the same shot. They even reuse the same lines because all she does is say like, "Oh, are you a middle schooler?
Yeah,
I can
middle
give
school
you a
student.
discount."
Yeah.
And
I
he's
do
like,
have a question about that scene.
Uh-huh.
When, because she's like, I have. Oh no, you know what? I just connected the dots. Because she says, I have no other customers in the store, but that makes sense now because she lived there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's something we find out later on is that well, right now she'll show him the shop, and we'll see like the downstairs where they keep the dolls, which is really creepy. I think I said to you, Jay, like I wouldn't be surprised if some of these in the background were like references to maybe other animes that they've done or something, but I don't know any of them, so I can't be sure. I know I would hate to be in this room.
Yeah. The first time I watched this, they kind of creeped me out. I was not having it.
Yeah.
I actually thought the dolls looked like pretty. I thought
Yeah,
they looked
they're cool. If you're watching on a screen. But if I'm in that room
Oh, yeah.
alone in the dark, I'm fighting. I don't care.
Fight back.
And we also get to see this doll that looks exactly like Mei.
Yeah. And we get a whole backstory on that one.
Yeah, I don't remember what she said, to be honest. That it's like a part
It was-
of
it was
her,
about-
like it's 50% her or something like that.
It's about her twin, her sister.
Yeah, but we don't learn that about that yet.
No, but
A spoiler
We-
alert: she
it's-
has a twin sister.
it's about her sister.
Yeah, she
Yeah,
was just
she
trying to be
says
like all
something
edgelord
about, like,
about it.
It was like something about her other half living there or
Yeah.
something like that. Like in
Yep.
something with the doll.
Like she picks up the hair covering the eye, and she's like, "Oh, it's only 50% me," and it shows like the 2 eyes. I was like, that's weird, but okay.
It's like, what does this mean?
Is this also when she reveals her eye?
Yes.
Yeah, so apparently she had like a tumor growing in her eye when she was like 4, and they had it removed, and her mother, being a doll maker, was like, I'm gonna make you an eye, and decided, because fuck kids and them having, insecurities, I'm gonna make the 2 eyes different colors, which I think is cool, but she hated, so that's why she covers them.
Yeah, her mom was like, having 2 of the same would be very boring.
Yeah. I don't
I
care
thought
if
it
you
was
want
a
to live
very
a normal
pretty
life.
Not a phase, mom, I
Not
swear.
a phase, mom. I want normal eyes. So we get that. We get that explanation. We find out that she lives, not in this episode, but eventually we do find out that there's like a small apartment above the store, and that her mother does the artistry for the dolls and all that. So it's like a family-owned thing.
Epic.
Yeah. We learn about the twin, as you guys said. Apparently her actual mother is not the one she lives with. Her actual mother had twins, couldn't really afford to have 2 kids. The mother she has now, the stepmom, or whatever you want to say it is, adoptive mother, what, she had like a miscarriage, or she couldn't have a baby?
I think she couldn't have kids.
For some,
not-
Couldn't have kids.
from what I understood, it's like something about like twins, and then something happened to one of the twins, but they were cousins. But then the cousin was adopted, and I think like the 2 cousins look alike, almost like sisters, but they weren't sisters. They were like cousins.
But that's because they were sisters.
That's because they were sisters.
Yes.
Yeah, they were sisters,
Yeah.
but they were
They
raised
were
as cousins.
sisters.
Or they were raised as strangers and then told that they were cousins.
Oh, I see.
And then found out that they were actually just related.
There was a lot of like this kind of like with the, especially with the information, like you have to kind of pay like a lot of attention, because it's like they suddenly throw you this information, and like the whole thing you're like wondering about like all this other mystery, and so it's just like you have to really keep track.
Yeah. Considering like what the show is, they give you a lot of information about stuff that, some stuff in the long run doesn't matter. Some stuff you're like, okay, that makes sense, and some stuff is really important.
Yeah.
Hey Necron, sounds are off because this is the podcast I do, and I just don't want them interrupting. They'll be on during regular streams though. What was next? What was like the next big death?
I think the teacher.
Ah, yes.
The public.
That was gnarly, because oh god, I don't
What
know
do
if
you
you
mean?
have pictures of that. It was just the way that he did it, like especially he he jams it, he twists it forward, and then he swings it out.
So I'm just gonna leave it at that. With you giving that description and this picture here, that's all I'm gonna have.
I was just gonna say it's like being in the splash zone at SeaWorld.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, that's a good description.
Or Waterworld if you went to Universal.
Studios.
Sorry, I'm not privileged.
Yeah. I'm gonna say this scene really like creeped me out. Like I'm okay with like pretty crazy things, but this one really like rocked me to my core. Like as soon as he like pulled it out and it was like the splash zone, I literally lost it. And that was crazy for me.
The worst part about this scene to me was the bad CGI. The actual scene didn't affect
I don't
me at
want
all.
to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it. Oh man.
Like none of the like gore stuff bothered me, because I've seen like so much worse. What was funny to me is that like stuff like that would happen and then just move on.
Yeah, like nothing happened. Like they clean up the classroom and whatnot. Meanwhile, there's a girl just covered in blood and just like,
Yeah, like they all scream, they run out. I think one person like throws up. They
yeah,
clean
one of
up,
them
and then
threw.
they never mention the teacher again, and they just move on with their lives.
Bro, they.
So I guess
That
this is
literally
where
how it
Miss
was for
Mikami
that.
becomes their like official teacher at this point.
Oh man.
Oh, you know who I didn't talk about?
The other teacher, the librarian.
No,
Oh.
his aunt.
Oh.
Yeah,
They.
Oh, that's
Reiko.
important.
Yeah,
That's super
I
important.
think she's a little important. I
Yeah.
think just a little
I
bit.
literally
It's a
thought
tad.
to myself like, oh yeah, next up I'll talk about her aunt, and then we just moved on. And I was like, oh yeah, that's right, I forgot. So yeah,
It's because you were keeping it a surprise.
well, I'm not gonna give away anything about her yet, but I just want to say like he has an aunt who lives with him. She is, I believe, a painter. Is what they say. They only show her painting like in a single scene. I know in the novels they really enforce that point that she's a painter, and she's like always coming home super tired and like giving him advice, and that's her whole character arc for the entire show until the end. That's all. That's all they give us.
Oh man, there's just like subtle hints just being thrown like from the very beginning about this anime, and it only took me like what a fucking maybe my second complete watch through. It was just like taking time and just trying to notice things. The bird speaks.
The bird speaks the true.
Yeah. The bird speaks the truth.
Bird was like, "Do you know the way?"
Do you know the way?
Let's see. What would be next? Like the beach episode? Because it's pretty much literally just like, oh no, our teacher's dead. Let's go to the beach.
Anyways, he's like, hey, I have a way to test this, but you know, if you leave the city, you might die. Type beat.
Exactly.
Well, I think before the beach episode, is this more like there were people that tried to leave. Oh, like I think one student tried to leave, and then her and her parents died.
Yeah, they
It was,
all
like,
got
way
like Final
after.
Destination style.
But all your parents.
It was like
Yeah.
two girls from class were walking home. They went their separate ways. One was going to move out, and the other one wasn't. And like the moving truck or something.
Oh,
it was like a
truck
crane, like
exploding
a
it was like
a construction crane
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah, like went down and hit her house and like killed her brother.
Yeah.
And
And there was like,
he was
we
like
gotta
on his
go.
computer trying to like delete his history because he knew he was gonna die.
He was playing League.
He was playing League, so he got sweet release. Catch me on my computer listening to Villain. But then after that, it's pretty much the beach episode where it's like all happy-go-lucky, like, oh, we're gonna catch the food and cook it on the beach, and
They had a really good time with that.
yeah, and like everyone was happy, and they're like, there's no way we're gonna die. Oh no, our volleyball. It went into the water, and it's very windy now. It went very far. I'm gonna go swim out, even though I've been sick this whole time. And then like it showed the dude like just floating in water, like he was dead already, and then he got hit by a boat and chopped up, and that was cool.
They were like, well, the boat killed him, but they find out
He died before he got hit by the boat.
yeah.
Yeah, they
Because
did like the
he
autopsy.
Yeah, he hit his head, I believe, on his way out.
Yeah, he was
Like
so excited
to the
leave.
beach.
Yeah, and so then he didn't get it checked. So technically, he was already dying on the way to the beach.
Hey, thanks for the follow, Coupon. Yeah, so he like hit his head, and basically it started to swell. So he was getting like, he was throwing up, and he thought it was car sickness. So he pretty much like sat out everything that they did on the beach. And then the whole thing with the volleyball happened, and he just decided, hey, I'm gonna go, even though he's been like messed up the whole time. And it just must have kicked in. So they're thinking that he died from getting hit by the boat. The whole autopsy happens, and they find out about him getting hurt. So like, okay, the curse happened at home back in town, so it didn't follow us. So like pretty much while he was still there, he was already dead.
I also found it weird. I don't know if you noticed, but like pretty much when he got to the beach, he was just like kicking to the side. He didn't really play or do anything much,
Yeah,
or
'cause
at
he was
all.
like feeling
And then
sick the
it
whole
wasn't
time.
until like that point, like it's like, oh, like out of nowhere, I'm just gonna like go start swimming and start going, even though he didn't do any of that whatsoever the entire time.
Yeah, exactly. It was really weird. But I guess it's kind of like how they tell you like people find peace before death, like that kind of thing.
I'm gonna die in agony.
So they're pretty much concerned about like the curse following them at this point. While they were at the beach, they met someone who we should probably say his aunt came with them to the beach. Reiko, she was like the adult authority there, and turns out that her old boyfriend, who was also in the same class as her in middle school, because they were in class 3-3, was there and was like, you know, he wanted to say hi and catch up with her. He was like ogling her body and everything. You know, big mood.
He was.
Yeah. But we find out that he was in the class like 15 years ago where this curse was supposed to have started. And kids find out later on, not in this exact episode, that he's actually the one who stopped it, and it's the only case of it being stopped like halfway through.
Yeah.
And he says like, I don't know, I don't remember anything that happened. All I know is that I left clues. I don't remember where though. You have to find them. So they go into, apparently the school building was like renewed, so there's an old building and a new building. So they go into the old building and it's just like decrepit, falling apart, things are everywhere, and they're searching the old like 3-3 classroom. I think like on 3 different occasions they almost die. Like I think one like almost has a like big closet thing fall on him.
Yeah, like a cabinet fell.
Yeah,
a cabinet fell.
Another
one
like
was
open a window.
glass. Yeah,
the glass just shattered. It just like out of nowhere just shattered. It's like, that's not how glass works, right? Glass can't expire. Like, it just shatters out of nowhere, and like she's able to move it.
I think over time it can get brittle.
That's weird.
But I mean, I don't know. What do I know?
Glass just turns back into sand.
It returns to monkey.
It returned to monkey. But they eventually find a tape recorder, or just a tape actually, not the recorder. Like taped to the top of a locker. And my first thought is, well, how the fuck are they supposed to do that? This is 2021. And I was like, oh wait, no, this is like 1998. Those are still around. So they just go to like the school's AV room, and it's that simple. They have a tape player there, and they hear
on
the
a
dude.
Separate. No, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. How old is this anime?
It came out in 2012.
2012. Wow.
Yeah. Takes place in 98, but came out in 2012.
Supposedly when the world ended, and now we're just in a simulation since then.
No, the Mayans were dyslexic. The world ends in 2021, so this year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. cool.
Either that or 2201, maybe 2210, something like that. You know.
We'll see.
We'll see. We'll get there eventually. But they find the tape player, and they're able to play it. They hear the dude talking about, you know, this happened, and basically explaining the curse that we already know about. He just like reiterates it in his version. We get to see like one dude get got by some lightning, which is fucking hilarious.
Like the odds.
Well, he was the only one walking around with an umbrella, so it was like it acted as a lightning rod.
True.
And he just like folds.
Another one just slips down like
she just
the
doesn't
mountain.
stop rolling. She's just rolling around at the speed of sound.
Rolling.
It's like this is how I came the Flash.
but eventually he says like he got into a fight with one kid and he pushed him, and I guess the kid got impaled on like a piece of wood on a tree that was on the floor. He died. So he starts freaking out, but then suddenly no one else remembers this kid that died. And he's the only one who remembers. He's trying to get help. He goes back to find the body is gone. And no one else dies for the rest of the semester. So he comes to the conclusion that that kid was the like entity that they needed to stop. So the only true way to stop
extra.
Yeah, the extra. The only true way to stop it is to find out what it is and kill it. So it's what, like 3 or 4 of them that are listening to this?
Yeah.
And they're just like, fuck. What do
He's
we
like,
do
how do
about
we
this?
do this?
They pretty much think, okay, we gotta figure out who it is and how to get rid of them. And then I really don't remember anything that happens after that until they go on their like school trip.
Yeah, that's kind of how it goes. They're just like, it's time to take our trip. I'll be like mailing the fucking permission slips to your house type shit.
Yeah, why is she mailing them? We're all in the class right now. Why are you mailing us the permission slips?
It's just a formal thing to do, you know. It's just paperwork.
Just fucking Japan with their paperwork, dude. You can't even throw trash out with their
how they are,
paperwork.
like how you were saying about picking up trash with the like they're just efficient. At least from what it like makes it seem like. They're just like I mean, yeah. I mean, even with the COVID and all, like we're already good, because even like before then they always used masks like whenever everybody gets sick. But that's like on a separate note. I'm just saying.
Dude, even though they are super efficient and everything, their paperwork sucks. Like, say right now you lived in Japan and you wanted to buy yourself a new sofa. You can buy the sofa, no problem. You want to get rid of that other one? Give us paperwork.
Yeah.
We need to file paperwork, and we need you to know the exact dimensions of that sofa, like all the dimensions of it, so it can be thrown away properly.
Imagine they have to throw away like a bunch of porno mags, and you have to like do the paperwork for it.
Yeah, you do.
That's crazy.
If you're throwing them away in like bulk, but otherwise it's just burnable trash, you can just burn it.
From what I've seen in animes, they always throw it away in bulk.
Oh, when they like tie it up? No, but they're taking it to the burner. There's like big like metal boxes that you can just burn shit in.
Yeah.
But yeah, they go on this like class trip to this, what is it, like an inn?
It's like a
Kind of like an
place,
estate.
a shrine.
It was like near a shrine, wasn't it?
Something like that.
I know it was like definitely an estate that was bought by a company that like the school was affiliated with.
Uh-huh.
It was big.
And it was a huge place. It looked nice and everything.
Oh, it was beautiful.
Inside and out.
Better than my place.
I'd stay there.
I mean, I don't know about that one.
I would. I
Like
don't know.
in this universe?
I would.
I'm not in the class, so I think I'll be fine.
Man, I don't know about that. Like that shit.
Not in that universe. Yeah, not in that universe, but I'd definitely stayed there. Just not.
The owners weren't in that class.
They just got
This is
collateral damage, bro.
No, they actually just like did the reveal like after they were both dead. They're like, oh yeah, by the way, that was this dude's grandparents. It's like, what? Huh?
It's like, what?
Yeah, just like it fits in with the whole curse thing.
Yeah, it was just like, oh.
But
It's
pretty
like,
much
okay.
they get to this estate and they're gonna be staying there. And that's kind of where shit goes down, because they have the recording that says, you know, you have to kill the extra person, and they kind of like leak it by accident, and everyone, like, first only a few people know, and Takako, the like right hand bitch I showed earlier, still believes that Mei is the extra person, and she like wants to get her killed. So for whatever reason, this like big mansion has an intercom system, so she plays the recording on the intercom and everyone hears it, and she's just like, yeah, we gotta kill Mei, and everyone's down and they all go crazy, and that's where like most of the deaths of the series happen.
Yeah.
He's
like, Alexa.
So funny.
It's like, Alexa, play The Only Thing They Fear Is You.
Oh my god. So
It's
we got
just so
a
crazy.
we got a couple of deaths. So earlier I talked about this one, Yumi, this girl,
Yeah.
where like she was just kind of there and didn't matter. But then she's the one whose brother got.
Uh-huh.
So
She was the one that ran away, right?
ran away. No, she's
No,
the one
not like
whose
that.
brother got killed by the crane.
No, because I remember it was in that same episode. Oh no, that was the brother. Oh no, it's because I got confused because like it showed like what was her name with the redhead? She was like talking with um. No wait, maybe I'm confused. Sorry, go ahead.
So she's like, I want to get revenge from my brother. So she's there with like a knife, like just standing on one end of the hall. So Koichi grabs Mei by the hand, starts booking it towards Yumi, and like Falcon kicks her in the stomach, and keeps booking it. They get to this thanks for the follow, meme lord. They get to this room, crawl out the window. She follows them out the window, takes a swipe at Mei with her knife, and then I guess because it was raining and the window was slippery, she slips out and needs to schedule a meeting with her chiropractor.
She German
Oh,
suplex
yeah.
herself.
Is that the one she slips first and then falls?
Yeah.
Oh, that one hurt. That
Yeah.
one hurt because like, oh,
They show like the side view and like her head is like normal laying position, but then her neck is like
her neck, yeah,
just disjointed to the point where it's like her body's forming like almost a 90-degree angle.
It's like, oh,
Yeah, it's bad.
yeah. It's like, and then there was like another. She's the one that slipped like outside, hit her crotch, and just nailed the back of her neck into the ground. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That was painful to watch because
Oh,
I
yeah.
actually like that. I cringed like, oh man, that one got me because I was like, I would never want to hit my crotch in something, and then fall to my death.
Just immediately after, you're still feeling the pain.
Yeah, it's like I didn't move for a minute.
Before that happened, they were like kind of getting surrounded by people who wanted to hurt Mei but didn't like want to make the first move. And good old Miss Makami was like, please don't do this, and then one of them goes to attack Mei with like a broomstick or something, and Miss Makami jumps in the way and gets her shit cracked open and dies.
It's like, oh.
Yeah, like, oh, okay. It just shows like blood leaking out, and then they just move on with their lives. And they're like, okay.
Like, you definitely did just kill someone, but
Koichi's like, you son of a bitch, and he like punches one dude, and then the other one's like, asshole, and he gets all in his face, and then nothing happens. They just move on. And I was like, what the fuck was that?
Stick first.
And that one nobody guy that also went on that what's it called, that killing spree too.
Oh, the one with the glasses.
Yeah,
that they thought was dead.
Yeah, he was like, yo, he's dead. He's like, fucking next episode. Nah, I'm back. I'm fine.
What?
I thought you were
Why
dead.
was he?
I was.
Was it like somebody tried to get him or something? Or?
Yeah, because he said he didn't remember doing something that they did together as kids. So he's like,
and
that
pushed
must
him out
mean
the
that
window.
you're not really who you say you are. So he like fought with him a little bit and pushed him off the edge of the window.
Pushed him out the window. It's like, okay.
I was like, it could also just mean he doesn't remember doing this one thing when you were kids.
I found that funny because like when like they brush it off, it's like, oh no, it's just a 2-story floor. I mean, like he's probably okay. I'm like, have you fell off 2 stories? I was like, I wouldn't be okay. I mean, I don't know if I'd be alive. I don't know.
Bro, I remember jumping off my bunk bed as a kid and like my leg was fucked up for a month. Imagine falling 2 stories on your head.
I've seen Jess fall off like 1 foot, like off a stair, like a little a step stool, and she's like
dying.
Dying.
Not survive that fall.
Like, no, thank you.
No, thank you.
There's a reason I'm scared of heights. I'm not doing this.
Pretty much.
What was the other big one? Oh, the one who pretty much starts this whole riot. Right hand bitch, Takako. She actually corners Koichi and Mei at one point, like on some steps, and like they're talking to each other, thinking that they're hidden, and they're like, "Oh, we found this guy's body. Oh, who wasn't around? Oh, maybe Takako." And she just shows up. She's like, "Nah, it wasn't me," and then just stabs Koichi in the arm.
Yeah.
Just
like,
nonchalant. She's like, "Yeah, whatever." Starts like stomping on his head. And she's like, "I'm not gonna kill you because it seems like Izumi likes you, so you know, whatever. But this
like,
bitch gotta go." So she goes,
Yeah.
she goes after Mei, and then her dumb ass gets like all tangled up in like some wiring that was hanging from the ceiling.
Like
And,
straight out of Tarzan.
Yeah, and she just unalives. Yeah.
I thought that was a pretty interesting way to unalive her. That's
Yeah.
something different.
Is that technically suicide?
I don't think she knew that was gonna happen to her. I don't.
Yeah,
think
I don't think she was aware whatsoever.
Just accidental death then,
Like,
because
Yeah,
it's not
especially when
murder.
she was like fighting for it, like fighting for her life at the very end of it.
Yeah.
I think the ending of Tarzan, it's like exactly like that. Like I don't think you expect it to be kind of tangled and then just kind of just.
Bro, that shit was
just-
crazy for a kids
just-
movie.
Yeah.
They had no right. That shit scarred me. So she gets offed, and then Izumi comes up and is like, "Oh shit, you killed my friend," thinking that, you know, they did this to her. They try to explain it. She's like, "Nah, fuck that, I don't want to hear it." So now she's after them, which is fucking fantastic. And they're pretty much just running for their lives for the rest of the episode. And I don't even remember exactly how it happens, but I know Izumi bites the dust, right? It was like
Yes.
the window
Yeah.
burst open and like it was like an act
The
of God.
sh-
Coincidentally, the glass comes into play.
Yeah. The glass shatters.
So weird.
It
And
was
like
very
her
Final
final
Destination.
Yeah, and then her final thoughts are like about how she had met Koichi before, but he doesn't
Yeah.
remember her.
That was funny. I found that so funny. He was like, "You weren't supposed to say that."
Like that's so messed up though. She's just like dead-eyed, like staring into space. Last memories of this dude that has like unrequited love. So like now
was like-
99% of their like friends are dead at this point, and they're still
Yeah.
experiencing like the curse. They're like, what the fuck is happening? And somehow they end up outside, and I think like a tree fell, and they see that there's someone there under the tree.
It's like,
So
who
like, oh,
is it?
we gotta go help him. And it's Miss Mikami, who we saw die earlier. So we're like, what the fuck? How's this possible? And then something clicks, and Mei takes off her eye patch, and we didn't say this before, but there's like some kind of weird spiritual stuff happening there, and she can see the mark of death on people.
The
So
color of death.
Yeah, the color of death. So she can see that Miss Mikami does not belong, that it was Miss Mikami the whole time. And we get this big revelation that, oh my god, his aunt was Miss Mikami the whole time, and she just told him, like, don't say anything to anybody. I don't know how that makes sense because they have like different facial features and hair structures, like hair colors. Apparently in the manga, they look exactly the same. They just change, you know, to like a ponytail or whatever. But
Yeah.
for some reason in the anime, they made them look like two different people, and that bugs me.
On an off note, I remember you said that she was like ragging on Rai, but I mean like because I know because like it was different color and all, but like pretty much like her mom gave her like a supernatural like eye that could see like pretty much like another, you know, like the color of death kind of thing. I was like, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's completely
Like especially because
unexplained
like
though.
she made you an eye. Yeah,
It just
But she just-
happens.
yeah.
But she herself doesn't like the fact that, like, I don't care. I like that it's two colors. I think it looks cool. But
Yeah.
she herself hates it. But yeah, they find out that it was Miss Mikami the whole time, and that she had actually died 3 years ago, where she used to be the homeroom teacher for the class, and I think they were going to the beach or something, and she got stabbed and thrown into the water and died. And
They never discussed who the assailant was, right? 'Cause
No.
the assailant looked kind of familiar, but like, I mean, he was kind of generic.
in the anime they don't. I think in the manga they do, but don't quote me on that.
Oh yeah.
I'll follow up. I'm gonna read it.
All right. But then they're like, okay, we gotta get her out of here. We gotta do it. Sorry that you gotta kill your aunt. And he's like, I'll do it. They get like a fucking pitchfork,
pickaxe.
a
Pickaxe.
pickaxe somehow. I don't know.
Drove it right through her fucking
Where
head,
did they even
bro.
get that?
Huh? From a
What-
shed.
Next to a shed.
But why is it,
It was a
there?
shed.
They're at like a inn. Why do they have a pickaxe?
That doesn't mean that there
No,
doesn't need to be like
There was a
work to be
shed
done.
right there, like
Yeah.
outside. You know?
Was the
'Cause I
inn
think
built
they
on
were
like
in
an
the
old
backyard
minefield?
specifically.
Yeah, they were in the backyard.
They were
They
like in the
playing
backyard.
Minecraft
So
IRL? Like the hell?
Minecraft.
Digging for diamonds?
You digging for
Gotta go to level
diamonds.
11.
That's how the brother died. He was playing. He was just playing
So yeah, he just like one hits her. He gets a headshot, play of the game. Then like his lung thing starts acting up, and then it just cuts off. And suddenly we see May in front of like a grave, and it's like the family grave. And they're just talking about everything that happened, and how it was his aunt and all that stuff. And then the
I
show
stopped
just kind of
racism.
ends. They stop racism. The show just kind of ends, like right there. It's just like,
Yeah,
alright.
there's no follow up.
Yeah.
It
I
just
mean, there's a
left it
follow up.
like
It's just not out yet.
it's just not out yet, yeah. But they just kind of cut it right then and there. No extra scene.
Yeah. I mean, there is an
She's
extra
like, oh.
scene after the credits where the sports dude and the other guy like make their own recording on
yeah, they use a
on
CD.
on a CD and put it in there in the locker for the next class to find, because they solved their curse, but the curse doesn't stop. It's gonna continue, which is why we're getting another 2001, which takes place 3 years later.
Ooh.
Yeah. Apparently that is already released as like a magazine thing, but I can't find anything about it anywhere. But starting, I believe, February, it's going to be released in manga format, and maybe eventually we'll also get an anime for it. But all I know so far is that it's 3 years later in the year 2001, and May is involved, I guess, because she has the whole vision thing where she can see the color of death, and she's going to be trying to help this new class 3-3. So that'll be interesting.
that's pretty exciting.
Yeah, I wonder if Koichi will be involved at all, since he was such a big part of this one.
It could be maybe like a little cameo, or maybe. Like he happens to be back in town.
Or dead.
We're dead, yeah.
Or just because maybe it's a medical condition or something.
Yeah, it could be.
Very
But all we
true.
know that it's 3 years later, so she should be high school senior at that point.
Oh, to touch on another 2001, it actually got published September 30th, 2020. So it's out in manga form. It's just not translated.
Really? I couldn't even find anything about it in manga form. I could only find out about the magazine thing.
Really?
Yeah. Because it's manga format, but in a magazine.
Oh.
Jay's got the hookups.
And then they said that they're gonna do like officially its own manga adaptation, like just by itself, starting next
Yeah,
year.
because Yen Press and Twitter, but
Yeah.
I can't read.
You can't read the
Can't-
moon runes?
No.
I can't speak Elvish. But that brings us to the end of the actual plot of this anime. So what did you guys think? Start with Jay, since you've never seen it before, obviously.
I love this. I don't know. I just keep watching it. There's something wrong with me.
Yeah. That's it. That's
That's
all
pretty
you
much.
It's like
That's very appropriate. That's very.
I like that one.
How about
But,
you, Jess? What did you think?
I liked it for the most part. I really loved the first 4 episodes. The music, the atmosphere, just like everything about it, like was really driving me in. The middle part kind of lost me, but then the end, like I was like really intrigued to find out the truth of everything.
I could
But
see why too,
I would,
because the beginning is very much like murder mystery type style, and then it just becomes
yeah,
happy-go-lucky. Like people are dying, but we're going to the beach.
yeah, like
Okay.
it was really random, like in the middle. But I understand, like you need to feed information. But the ending, I kind of liked more, just because it did give me like a Final Destination vibe.
Mm.
But I would totally rewatch it again just so I can see like what I can find different from the first time watching it.
James.
Well, I actually had a 180 because at first I'm like, oh my god, this like another horror anime. I don't know if I'm gonna get to it, but like I actually kind of stepped away when it actually became more of a mystery. So that kind of like distracted me more. Like it's like okay, now I'm just like instead of focusing that like what like because I already spoiled on like the two big deaths like or at least for what I know, which was like the teacher and the umbrella girl. I already knew about those two, so I didn't know anything else apart from that. I just know there's so many memes about like her and everything, so I already knew about those two. But like apart from that, like I was really like intrigued, but like the it just like since it was like it's turned more into like a mystery. I was like so confused,
Mm.
so I was trying to like figure it out. But at the same time, like they would kind of distract you with other stuff, and so I didn't know what to pay attention to. So I just kind of just watched it. But like yeah, I mean considering like I didn't really like horror anime, I actually liked it a lot actually.
Good to hear. Now, does everyone want to give like their ratings?
I would probably give it a good 8.5,
Uh huh.
like almost a 9. It's just the middle part like really just threw me off. Like I really loved the beginning and how it grabs you and you just want to keep watching. But after that, I was just like, okay, we'll just finish so I can know like what's really going
Right.
And I'm gonna give it a 9. It's the only reason it's not at a 10 is just because they kind of left us hanging at the end, like we were saying. So like maybe like if I like I mean I'm glad they're like I don't know if the manga has more context or like maybe with the prequel with the OVAs because we haven't gotten to like I haven't gotten to like look at those yet. So like maybe if I saw those it would have been like the 10 out of 10. But as far as just like the first 12 episodes, like I initially when I was thinking about it was like at a 1. So like but after watching it to the beginning to the end, um I give it a 9 actually.
Good. Jay.
it is a 9 from me.
I'm so surprised. I didn't think you liked this one.
Yeah, I definitely hated it. It wasn't good at all.
So we've gotten what, 8.5, 9, and 9.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'll also go 9. It kind of like loses me a little bit in the middle where it becomes like really weird that nobody's reacting to anything anymore. But it's still really enjoyable, the whole mystery of it, and like being that this is my second watch through of it, like seeing the little things that it tells you is cool. It's really enjoyable. It never feels like it's dragging at any point.
Yeah, there's always something happening.
Yeah. Like me and you, Jay, we watched like a majority of it
We went from
in a
1 to
single.
10.
Yeah, I thought we'd do like maybe 4 or 5 episodes, and we watched all
No,
the way
we
to
watched.
10. And I was like, oh shit.
So you go look at the time.
It's like I have
But
work in the morning, huh?
like shit.
Yeah. But it's good to know that everyone enjoyed it. I'm glad we chose to do this for the Halloween episode.
Yeah.
Let me see. Do I have any more memes? Ah, yes, I do have one more in regards to
You
this
got
show.
memes. You always have memes.
I can tell you this. I keep forgetting her name with I just call her the Umbrella Girl. Like that. At that point, that's when Jess got hooked. To be honest, 'cause, like I was like, I was just like under my covers because I already knew what was happening. Because like, okay, I'm looking for like rain, and she's gonna be running for some reason. So as soon as I saw those two things, I'm like, oh shit, I'm just gonna hide under my covers because I'm just gonna wait and see what happens because I already knew it was, like when it was gonna happen. And as soon as I saw those two things like happen, like that kind of indicators, I was like, oh no, this is it. This is it.
Yeah, he did not want to. Like at the beginning, he was very one. Like he just was not ready for this. He just wanted.
Wasn't I like sighing a lot? Like
Yeah, you were just doing all these things. You're like oh, okay, like oh. And it was raining that day when we first started watching it, so it was kind of like perfect. But James was just so against
It was so atmospheric.
So I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it from the first episode with the rain and everything, but he was just all against it.
well, that's because like if anybody's getting murdered or anything or brutally like I don't know like whatever, and you're like, oh my god, wow, cool, and I'm like, oh god, is that his sentence? Oh no, is that his? Oh no.
Yeah, you know what this means, Jay? We're gonna have to watch like the new season of like Higurashi or something.
Yeah, I've been looking forward to it.
And I'm like, oh no.
We're gonna watch all the seasons, bro.
Yes.
Oh god.
But yeah, it's a new week. Well, next week we'll be going back to the normal format of Fridays.
Yes.
No special event next week. So, Jay, you have the field.
All right. No, I always like mystery anime. So I decided that, again, something that I'm probably completely blind to, but a bunch of you may not be. And it's Durarara.
Okay.
I could tell you this. I did watch. I think there's a new season that came out or something similar to it. I don't know if it was connected to it, but at least for like, I think like, I did watch a good portion of it and liked it.
Okay, I watched maybe 3 episodes of it. I want to say, and absolutely hated it.
Oh.
So we'll see.
The biker head girl that you see with the cat ears helmet is my favorite.
I know about her.
But I know absolutely nothing.
I just remembered like watching a couple episodes and just being like, what is this? I just shut it off. Just watch something else. But
I know
I'll
for
give
a
it the
fact,
old college try.
Yeah, you need to kind of like watch like a lot of it, not just like if we just watch like the 5 episodes, I don't think we'll definitely get enough context for the whole thing.
Well, that's all I have to watch, and you can't make me watch anymore. So
I am not making you watch it. I'm just saying I already know. Just it's 5 episodes of this is not enough. But yes.
Well,
we're gonna just work with 5 and see.
Jay might come into my house and like beat my ass and force me to watch it. Who knows?
Now I'm gonna sit right next to you. We're gonna watch it together.
I'll try to get up and just grab my collar and sit down. No. So next week we'll be watching Durara. James, you'll have the week after that. So come up with something for us to watch.
Okay, yeah.
All right. Any closing statements for this week?
Happy Halloween. Stay safe, and that's all I got. I'm out.
Okay.
I just want to say thank you for having me. This was so much fun.
Of course.
And I can't wait to see what else you guys come up with.
Nothing good, I can tell you that.
Yeah, we're kind of going. We're gonna be on the trashier side coming soon.
It's okay. I'll be there to support all the way.
Nice.
Nice.
Just holding up a poster board with a trash can.
No, that's gonna be me with the sign and everything. I'll be like, you got this.
No problem. But thanks for coming in. It was great having you on. Glad that you
Yes,
liked
thank
it.
you.
Yeah, it was totally awesome. It was super fun.
Yeah. James, anything?
No, it's just thanks. I mean, thanks for letting me join your guys' podcast. It's a real honor. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Thanks for allowing me to bring Jess over. It really makes it a lot easier for me when when she's around. I get a little bit I don't know. It's easier to talk. I guess I don't know. Like more. There's more like I don't know if you guys noticed. There was just a little bit more of a flow. I guess I don't know how to explain that. But I don't know. I appreciate that you allowed her to come, and I appreciate that you guys allowed me to join your podcast, and to everyone listening, to have a good Halloween, and stay safe, be careful, and yeah, just have fun. Have a good day today.
Yeah. So, it is Halloween. So be safe out there. Check the candy that like you or your kids may be eating. Make sure there's no like needles or cocaine in it. Be careful about that stuff. It sounds funny, but it's something that does actually happen. So just be careful.
Yeah.
And let's see, if I had a bit of advice to give, if you use the bathroom, if you take a shit, and you leave, you clean yourself up, you flush the toilet, take a handful of Skittles and throw them over your shoulder. Don't look back, just throw them over your shoulder, because it'll distract the shit witch and keep you safe. Alright? So, that's my closing statement. So, everyone have a good week. We'll see you next time for Durara. And, have a good one. Take care of yourself and take care of your loved ones.
Hashtag shit witch.
Oh my god.
See ya. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
Later.